Hey everybody, thanks for swinging by Whiskey Throttle Media. We've got our 2025 Honda CRF250R WE. It's the first 250 Works Edition they've made, and I can tell you that I think it's the coolest Works Edition bike I've ever ridden. And I'll get into why I think that, but let's go over some of the things that are going on with this bike. So, new hydraulic clutch. Obviously the stock model did not come with that, so they offer the hydraulic clutch. A Yoshimura exhaust, it's got a stainless header with a titanium muffler, twin air filter, the throttle jockey graphics and seat cover that are all race team inspired. It's got the hand polished cylinder ports, the matte red metallic cylinder head cover, DID Dirt Star LTX rims, Kashima coated outer fork tubes, as well as titanium oxide coated fork legs. So that just reduces friction, lets them move a little bit easier. It reduces stiction, as they call it. And also a titanium oxide coated 18mm shock shaft. That bigger shock shaft plays a big role. The harder you ride this thing, you'll start to notice that more and more. Hand operated fork compression adjuster. This is a great addition, just to be able to reach down and make changes on the fly while you're riding. It's so nice, and they did a really good job. It's not like chintzy plastic ones. These are aluminum. Very nice. Very, very well done. You've got DID DM2 gold chain, gray metallic coated triple clamps, Renthal Kevlar grips, a dedicated ignition setting that's obviously designed to work with the hand porting and the exhaust, and then Dunlop MX-33 tires in a 110. And that is an addition as well that you like to see on these. Just better footprint in that rear tire. So a lot of not just bling, but actually things that are really performance based. And when we talk about factory edition, Works Edition bikes, which pretty much all the manufacturers are making them now, and they've been on the 450s. And when you get a 450, you don't need more horsepower. You want better handling. Like, those are the things that would really benefit you. And so they do add better suspension components, a lot of this coatings and things like that. But the exhaust and whatever they do to the head, you don't need that. We're not looking for more horsepower on a 450. So to me, this is a much bigger need than a 450, right? So how was it on the track? Obviously, that's a real important question. And I'll tell you what, like I said, I would buy, if all the Works Edition bikes I've ridden over the years, my favorite. Because the headwork, the ignition, the exhaust bring this thing to life. And the twin air, it's also got a twin air filter. I don't know if I mentioned that. But just a very nice power curve, like where it all is. Not difficult to ride. The stock Honda 250 has a little bit of a soft spot down low and then picks up pretty good middle and top. This setup filled that in, so it's just a great throttle response roll on and really broad, well-rounded power all the way throughout. Revs really far still, so it just kind of gives you everything you're looking for in a 250. And the power through the meat of it, it's legit. I mean, you literally could just take this thing and go race it. Now, if you're higher end, higher level rider, probably want to get the suspension valved and set up for you, but you're starting with a much higher quality component, so it's going to work better long run. But the biggest thing that I noticed was the horsepower gains, and the way this engine felt on the track. Just, man, it was great. It could pull you out if you made a little mistake or drop the R's a little too low. It would still pick up and go. And if you wanted to wind it out in a gear, just didn't want to quite catch a shift before you went into a turn, you could let it rev, it still pulled. So really solid engine package. And like I said, something whether you're a novice or an expert level rider, you could take this and go be competitive. So really, really cool. We also threw in some ETS fuel, which again, just boosts up your numbers. And it's strong. I'm not blowing a bunch of sunshine up your rear end. It's really a strong motor. Suspension was really good. Track was rough today and rutted and deep. So we did get a really good feel of the suspension. I opened up compression clickers, a couple front and rear, low speed and in the forks here, just to get a little bit more plush feel in the small chatter. That could have been partly because it's new, or maybe it's just a little firmer. But either way, it was great at the end of the day. Like I said, I could go race on this. Really good feel from the hydraulic clutch. I'm typically a cable guy, but if I get off a hydraulic clutch and I don't even notice it, if I go, oh yeah, I didn't even pay attention to it. I didn't notice. That's a good sign. So that means I get the benefits of the hydraulic clutch without losing the feel or the things I like about the cable clutch. So that was really good. It has a good sound to it. It's not really loud, not obnoxiously loud like some of the other bikes, which I think is great. Good grip from that rear tire. The Renthal grips for me, these Kevlar grips, I was never a huge fan. They're kind of bigger diameter. So I feel like I've got to hold on tighter and then I get a little more arm pump. They last a long time. This is something that a lot of people do like about them. If you have bigger hands, these are great. Smaller hands, small to mid-sized hands. I don't know why these are bigger. I think they have 2 layers of rubber in them, and so it's just a little bit fatter. I just go back to a regular, either lock-on or just a regular half-waffle grip. And the rest of the stuff's really cosmetic. You know, you've got the wheels, which are just a stronger, better wheel. The chain, which is stronger, better. And a lot of the other stuff is just sort of just aesthetic, but I think it looks really nice. Big thank you to Throttle Syndicate for our numbers too. They printed those out for us. We appreciate that. But yeah, I was really impressed with this. And like I said, if you are considering racing a 250 this year and you're thinking of getting a Honda, I think that this is a better value for you for what you get than going and buying a stock one and then trying to build it yourself. They put a lot of time. Honda's really good about quality control. So they've got a lot of time into this spec and making sure that it's right, making sure you're not gonna detonate or have problems or blow this thing up. And that's worth a lot. Just consistency and not having any kind of issues, making sure it runs clean. That's worth so much in racing. And so anyway, great bike. I really, really enjoyed this thing. I went with the high map too. There's 3 different maps, standard, soft, and aggressive. I like the aggressive one. You can play with those again. Depends on the type of riding you're doing, type of rider you are. But I absolutely love this bike. I was really, really impressed. For me, best Works Edition, Factory Edition, whatever I've ever ridden. So really, really fun bike. Now I just got to talk Honda and let me keep it for a little while longer. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate Honda for having us out. Incredible motorcycle. They are probably in your dealerships now or soon. Will be soon. Check them out. We'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, comment what you thought, and share it with your friends.